because we can sit here and talk about politics, we can talk about movements that are happening, we could talk about sports, and we have certain beliefs and biases because of what we watch.
This episode is brought to you by Portfolio Box, an online portfolio made by creatives for creatives. Hey, what's going on, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the podcast. Today I'm joined by Luis Reyes. He's the OG of the podcast, longtime friend, and we're talking a little playoff basketball, bubble talk, if you will. We're going to get into it, talk AD, LeBron, the Clippers. Plus, we're going to talk a little travel and a little optimism for the future. That and much more. Stay tuned. Back to another episode of the podcast. Today I'm joined by a longtime friend. He is a podcast OG, one of the originals. Luis Reyes, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, Rodrigo? Nice to be back, dude.
Yeah, man. Last time we were live from Bakersfield, man.
I remember that. I think it was right before the NBA season started, right?
Was it before the trade deadline?
I want to say it was right before the NBA season because I remember laughing about us having Jared Dudley as a vicious 3-point shooter.
Oh, that's right.
Now you remember.
Hey, man, the last 6 months they've been long, so it's kind of like it's like 2 years in one.
I know it's crazy to think that we'd be starting the next season in a month, pretty much.
Is a month on December, right? I think, or
no, October, man. In October, I think that's when the 2021 season would have started.
Okay, but I think the new season is gonna start.
Oh yeah.
Christmas Day, or that's what they're talking about. I think, right?
That's what they're talking. That's what they're talking about, man. That's what they're talking about. It's pretty cool. I know that you're a fellow Virgo, and it was pretty nice to have the Lakers beat the Rockets on my birthday. I've never had an NBA game on my birthday, so
it's September, but we got playoff basketball going down. And I mean, speaking of playoffs, man, we got to talk about the
where
big
did
shot.
the year go? Where did the year go? It seems like it's gone by fast and slow at the same time, if that makes any sense.
Literally, like a year ago, talking about like the potential of whatever the team, and like here we are on like September 21st talking about an AD game-winning shot, and they're two games away from the finals, man.
Man, that's it's incredible. It's incredible. I think that this team has exceeded the expectations of all the analysts. They were talking about, we were building a team, but I think this team is ready to win it all. And like you said, especially after that big shot from Anthony Davis, man, what a shot! I don't see the Nuggets coming back from that loss.
Dude, I think my throat's still hurting after that, man.
That's so funny.
Did you watch that thing live?
Oh yeah, most definitely, dude. Yeah, I've been able to watch more basketball lately, since I don't have the drive.
Oh, dude. So like with that shot, man, I think the game one, man. I think like it set the tone to the series, man. And I think they were trying to like let them know like who's the one that's gonna be calling the shots, and obviously game one, man, they just punked those guys out of the gym. And like I was like, okay, like that's like probably the best game I saw them play the whole year. That game one, as far as kind of like defense, hitting their threes, you know what I mean, and like just like team basketball, right? And game two came around, they were getting there, but then like the team came back, right? The Nuggets, the Lakers left their foot off the pedal, and like I was like, oh man, I literally thought they were gonna lose that game yesterday.
I did too. I did too. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, okay, they let off the pedal, like you said, and and it seemed like they were just gonna let him walk away with the victory. You know, you had I think they said Jokic was scored like 11 straight points in the fourth quarter.
I don't know that guy. I don't know how. Like he reminds me of like an old friend of mine, like back in high school. Like he would be like the slowest guy. Like you're like, oh, this guy, man, I'll guard this guy easy. But somehow, some way, he'll drop 20 points on you. Like, and he does his moves in slow motion, and so he somehow just like he just drops buckets on you, man. You don't even know how. That's what he reminds me of, man.
It reminds me a little bit of Dirk, man. Dirk Nowitzki, the way that he hits those floaters or those shots that seem to go all the way up and just come straight into the hoop, man. And I'm like, it's amazing. I really I like that player.
Oh, hey, speaking of that, did you see that? I don't know if I missed it, not, but I saw it on Twitter, and there was a. I think I retweeted it too. Jokic was he hit like a shot, right? But for some reason, like he airballed the ball, and everybody thought it went in, even the refs.
I,
Di-
I I saw that too. I saw it too, but I think it's I think I did see it from your tweet, but I think it's a little bit of fake news
is
because I
it?
thought yeah, I saw that I saw different angles of the shot and they showed different angles like from the top view of that shot and it went straight in, dude. That's how clean it was. I don't know, you know you're a video guy. You tell me how they do that. How do they do all these video manipulations, dude?
Oh,
They do them so quick.
oh, dude. So, I thought it was a real clip.
It seems like it. It seems legit. I mean, I had to look into it a little bit too, man. But
Oh
if you take
shit.
a look at it, yeah, I mean, I'll send you a clip later, and you tell me if it went in or not. But
Yeah,
LeBron was standing right under. You know that guy's not one to stay quiet.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. I was like, wait a minute, something's not right here because everybody's just like, KCP just went and got the ball even out of bounds. I don't think even saw the ball going.
Yeah, yeah, I get you. Like it would have been out of bounds on the Lakers either way, two or no points to the Nuggets, but still, yeah, I don't know. I think it's a video manipulation. You tell me. You do that. You do all that stuff, man. You figure it out.
Yeah, man. So, uh, like with that, I feel like, yeah, man. I think this series a wrap. I don't. I mean, the Nuggets. I mean, they have come back twice from 3-1, but I don't see them coming back from this one, man. And I don't even think they're in the same ballpark right now, man. And
Yeah, but it's what LeBron said, bro. We built different. We built different, dude. It's a Lakers, man. I don't think the Clippers have made the Western Conference Finals ever, or I don't know when the last time they did make it. So maybe the curse is real.
the thing about it is that, like, I was almost scared. Like, I was like, even before the playoffs, that they were good. It was gonna be Lakers and Clippers, in the conference finals. And I mean, now, I mean, I kind of wanted them, man. I just like, just, you know what I mean, just to make it legitimate. You know what I mean? Like, cause now it's
Yeah,
like if the Clippers would have been there, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, come on, like we literally had a 10-year drought, in the since making the finals, and we're back on top, and you guys still can't even make it past the second round. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, they had all the opportunity. Supposedly, this was the team, and even now, they're still talking about how the Clippers would have beat the Lakers, but there's no would have.
Yeah, I don't.
You got to move. You got to move forward.
Yeah, I don't know about that team, man. Next year, I don't know if. I mean, there's already talks about like the team is not even like on the same page. You heard about that report about Paul George in the locker room and how everybody just like he made a speech, and like the whole, I guess, the locker room, like they kind of like just rolled their eyes and like, oh, whatever, man. You know what I mean?
It makes sense though. It makes sense, dude. Paul George is he seems like the kind of guy that tells you that he'll be there and he never shows up.
Yeah, he's a
Like he's like, he's the kind of guy that's gonna be like, nah, hey Rod, I'll be there, man. I'll be there at 7:30, man, for sure. And then the time comes, and then you don't even hear anything from him till a week later, and it's like,
yeah,
oh, it was last week, man.
yeah, man. I think that guy is just, I don't know, man. Something about it that, like if I was a fan of the guy, man, and then, I don't know, like he's just, you are who you are, right? Like come playoff time. I mean, how many chances has he had? Or I feel like ever since the Indiana Pacer days, I mean, he went from playing with Russ in OKC, and then coming out with the excuses then, and then he jumps out of nowhere just to join Kawhi to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree with you, man. I agree with you, and it's like I said, it's just a guy that can't keep his word, and maybe it's that bad karma, man. It's a bad karma. He's jumping ship. He can't stick to one team. I mean, I've heard reports where he was like, or that video. I watched that whole video where he was like, basically kind of saying that he was gonna come to the Lakers. He was a big Lakers fan growing up, and all of a sudden, you hear him now, and he's like, "Oh, I was a Clippers fan when I was a kid," and it's like, why? Why do you got to do that, man? Why you got to be like that? Just be who you are. Be who you are, and be a badass basketball player because he is. There's no doubt about it. But playoff P is non-existent.
You know, I mean, he said he wanted to win rings and stuff, but I don't think he's about that life, man. It's all good. Not everybody's built the same. You know, just like you said, LeBron says, we're built different, man. And some players are meant to showcase, and some players are just like they shrink, you know. And it's all good, man. It's all good. Pandemic P at it again.
Way off P. Yeah, no, I agree with you, man. And it is. Some players are like that. And I mean, I don't want to talk too much about the Clippers, but Kawhi is a quiet guy. He seems very humble. He's a very likable guy, but he doesn't seem like the kind of guy to get in your face during the playoffs.
Yeah, that was my next point. How I
Yeah,
don't that like that team, right? Like how do you have your best guy like literally not even say a word, right? Like I don't see it. Do you see him say anything like, "Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, good shot," or just to build that rapport, that chemistry, right? Like
never,
if
never.
if your best
Mm-mm.
if your best player, even your second best player, isn't like vocal or that leader, right? I mean, Kobe wasn't one to socialize, but he'll tell you what the hell is going on, and you know what I mean. What you know what I mean? Like he was up in Powell's grill all the time if he fucked up, or like if something had to be made, he was in your grill.
Yeah.
He was in your grill, and you see the chemistry, man. The Lakers, like the chemistry, like these guys are about winning the chip, and
Mhm.
about kind of bringing everybody together from the 16 guy to the first guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's totally different. I think it's complete opposites because, Kawhi doesn't get excited over his own shots, let alone someone else's shots.
Yeah.
And the Lakers, I mean, anytime Caruso does anything, they're sitting there clapping for him. They're smiling on the bench. You see McGee, I mean, even if McGee's having terrible games, he gives off that positive energy on the bench,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and JR, I mean, he's having fun out there even if he's on the bench. Dion Waiters, who's written off.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it is what it is, man. They're out. So we're gonna be winning ships for the next 3 years.
Let's hope so, man. I think so too. I think that it's a start of an era. It's a start of an era. I mean, we can only go up from here. I don't see this team dismantling. If anything, I see another player joining next year. It doesn't have to be another All-Star, but
Oh, who?
definitely. Ah. I don't want to speculate on that because we're still in this season, but I can definitely see another player. I don't know. I don't want to say Giannis because I don't even know if he's a real free agent next year. I think he's like
I
he has a
think
team option or something like that, right?
yeah, but you know what? I don't want a third star like that though. I don't know if that's. I mean, I know LeBron's declining. I mean, he is declining. You know what I mean? But I think. What do you think about LeBron's longevity? I mean, obviously, it's like I've never seen anything like that. But how long do you think he has gas in the tank?
Playing this way, I can see him playing this way for another 2 seasons.
Whoa, another 2 seasons. I would say another year, but I mean, there is no evidence of him stopping though, right? I mean, I feel
That's what I'm saying.
like if
That,
if he's an MVP candidate in
hmm
2020, you know, and the last time or the first time I think he was it his second or third year?
I can't remember, man.
Let's just say
I don't recall.
let's just say 2007. That's
Okay.
13 years ago, man.
Exactly. No, the numbers that he put up this year, man, were incredible. I think this is the first season. I could be wrong, but I think this is the first season that he averaged over 10 assists.
Yeah,
Uh,
but see, that's the thing though, right? Like, if he was like, okay, let's just say he's just a shooter, right? And
mhm,
that's all. Like, that's all you could do. Then I mean, you know, Father Time catches up for you faster. But this guy, I feel like he's still like you see when they get the rebound and he's leading the break.
mhm.
You see how dangerous they are? Like you don't know if he's gonna pass the ball, but most likely he's gonna dunk the ball. Like 90% he's gonna be getting a lob, you know? So
Yeah, some of those passes that he's catching though too, man, are up there, dude.
no, they are, man. And like he's still doing those chase down blocks, man. Like, you know?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's what I'm telling you. I see it 2 more years. As crazy as that sounds, as crazy as that sounds, um,
He,
maybe we'll see a little decline next year, but I don't know. I mean, when you put a,
he's gonna get to Kobe, man. Five.
it, I, it's likely. I mean, if he does it in a Laker uniform, I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah. I mean,
But I think that playing with a player like Anthony Davis, it kind of reignites him. Gives him that energy because he knows that he doesn't have to put up big numbers every single night.
and
And you saw that. I don't know if it happened the same way in the f- in the first game, but in this last game, in the second game, LeBron had 20 in the first half, and then he had like 8 in the second half, and Anthony Davis was the opposite. So it's almost like
Kobe and
I don't know
Shaq.
if that. Yeah, I don't know if it's a strategy. It's like, hey, he's like, I have a lot of energy in the first half. Let me just take care of it. And then Anthony Davis is like, all right, I'm gonna stand in the back. And then it's
Oh,
like second half is all you.
they're for sure communicating. They're for sure like on the same page. Like I could, especially now they're in the bubble, right? So like they're with each other 24/7. So imagine like they're talking about strategy. They're talking about what to do in certain situations. You know, they're talking about what play that they should look out for and plays. You know what I mean? So like the bubble is like actually a benefit um to 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 like in the playoffs and as far as like strategizing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, they're living and breathing basketball, man. I can't imagine that they're doing much other than focusing on that. Of course they have their off time, but they're there, man. They're there with one goal, and that's to win a championship.
Man, that's just crazy, huh? Like, would you be able to do that? Like let's say you know you had. I mean, I feel like single guys are like they're cool with it, but if they have like a family, you know, like kids and stuff like that, like for like what 4 months they started like
Yeah, yeah, dude, that sounds. I mean, when you think about it, that situation that they're being put in really sucks. Um, I'm glad that it's all worked out. I'm glad that they're kind of just pounding through the season, game after game, pretty much. But it would still suck, man. It would suck to just have to be in that place. Like I can imagine that some people just want to leave. Like you saw that with Lou Williams, right? He left to go to a strip club or something like that. So, I mean, you're just around a bunch of other guys. I mean, I'd be tired of that shit.
I mean, like literally, like they're in the bubble and they could only get out for the game. Or I mean, they could get out throughout the whole little area, but I mean that must be it's like a vacation that never ends. If you know what I mean. Like a vacation is just it's like a temporary couple day, couple weeks type of thing, right? You don't want to be on vacation every day of your life, right? You know what I mean? Like I don't think at some point you wanna go back to like the grind. No, I mean I'm just
Yeah, yeah. No, well, think about it this way. I don't know if you've ever taken like like a 10-day vacation, for example, at a certain place, and you're staying in the same hotel every day. Even that, even though you're free to go to any other city or to do anything, just knowing that you have to go back to that hotel at the end of your day or at the end of the next day, it gets tiring, man. It's like, you kind of miss home. You do kind of miss home, and being away like that without your family, without friends. I mean, now that they're letting some people in, right? But in the beginning, it must have been terrible. Like I'm glad that the Laker team gets along, because imagine if they didn't.
oh that's another thing, man. Like it's just crazy how like I mean, you have like a teammate, or not even that, man. Like you're seeing the opponent every day too. If you're like going like out and about, you could literally run into like Jokic, like you're Dwight
Mhm.
Howard, and it's like, you know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't imagine. I can't imagine what that's like either. Because you can't even get away from the people that you're playing.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
I mean, think about it. Think about it. How Kobe would have been in this bubble. I mean, I think he would have been killing it. But I think that you do not want to see that guy in the halls. You know,
oh yeah, I think he would have. He's an old school cat, man. He would just been like business, and that's it. You know, there's nothing else. Like he would be in his hotel room, like just salivating for the next game. You know what I mean?
right? Right in the hotel room watching tape, bouncing a basketball at night, in the gym, breaking into the gym at midnight.
Yeah, man. It's just crazy how how just everything has evolved this year, and how it's just like I said, like we were talking, like last year we were talking, where we were in Bakersfield, and if I would have told you everything that has happened from that time to now, you would have been like, "You're out of your effing mind, dude!" Like, are you? It's like out of something out of a movie, you know? And that's just in a less than 12 months span that the world changed, you know? And I mean, you being like like you're the type of person that has an open mind, right? You're not gonna be like, no, that's it. Like you like to look into things, you like to find the truth, right? Like you know,
Hmm.
so I mean, with everything going down, and just to change topics a little bit here, like what's your reaction? Like what are your thoughts, man? Because I haven't really talked to you about the whole pandemic and just everything that just transpired from January on.
Well, as weird as it sounds, man, and this is a weird measuring stick, but in a sense, for me, when it became real, so I was actually in Hawaii about 2 weeks, let's say 2 weeks before everything shut down. 2 or 3 weeks, give
March.
or take, right? Yeah. So no, I was there in February, late February. Like I spent February 29th, which is another weird thing, right? I was
Yeah.
there February 29th. I was in Hawaii, and so everything was normal, or people were talking about it, and people were being cautious already on the plane, things like that. I
Hmm.
remember getting in my first Uber in Hawaii, and the guy had alcohol, like rubbing alcohol, and he was like, "Wipe down your hands, wipe down everything that you touch." And I was like, "Okay," I was like, yeah, I was still not wearing a mask at that time. I was like, this is gonna blow over. This is just like one of those other things like Ebola that you never come across. But when it hit me was when the NBA got canceled, to be honest. So let make a long story short, when the NBA got canceled, I was like, man, this is more serious than I thought. And the reason why was because that's millions and millions of dollars, man, that a professional sports generate.
Hmm.
And so, even if it's not to get into conspiracy theories, but um, if you had that thought in the beginning that it was a conspiracy theory, then it's like these people, these millionaires or billionaires, these billionaires are losing money, and so I don't think that they would go along with it like as a, let's say, a Laker owner, or let's say Steve Ballmer, right? Since we know the Clippers owner, that he's going to be like, yeah, let's cancel the season. I'm going to lose millions. I'm going to lose millions and millions of dollars that I'm spending on these players and everything, right?
Yeah.
And so so I don't know, man. I couldn't have imagined that it would last this long. Sometimes I read into conspiracies, but I also have a good friend of mine that's a nurse. And so anytime that I see like conspiracies, I'll run him by him, and he'll talk to me about it. And obviously he's a nurse, so he's a little. I believe that he's a little bit more educated. I mean, but he's now, if you're thinking like a conspiracy person, right, then he's taught what he's supposed to say,
Yeah.
or he's he's taught like those things and to be cautious, and obviously like it's his life on the line. But at the same time, I mean, I don't know, man. It's hard to say what is a reality right now. It's weird that it's happening right now during an election year as well. Um, it's weird that it's going on so long. I don't know if you've had any people in your family with COVID,
I
and
have.
if you have, yeah, same here, man, same here. Um, Personally, I don't know if I've had it. I've never gotten tested for it. Um,
Yeah, kind of same here, but that was kind of like the talk about, like, it's kind of like when you're I kind of bring this reference when it was in the beginning to like Call of Duty. I don't know if you ever played like Warzone, but or even like Fortnite or whatever. But people that are familiar with that, how there's a you can't stay in one position forever, but there's this big circle that keeps on closing in, right? And it's closing in no matter what. So eventually, your circle, like, it's gonna get smaller and smaller, and then that's when, at this point, you know somebody that had or has COVID. You know what I mean? Like, that was the whole thing. So that was like you were hearing like, oh man, like, you have a friend or a relative that has COVID, and that's when it's like it starts creeping into you, like, oh, and then your neighbor has COVID, and then it's like, oh, damn, like your circle has officially shrunk, and that's how widespread, man. Like, if it came from China and now your neighbor has it, it's, I mean, this thing's not going anywhere anytime soon, but like the whole thing about it is that it is an election year, and I mean, there's a lot of things that go, with those, like, other things that are happening, not just, with the whole, like, divided and crazy kind of propaganda that's happening. But I don't know, it's crazy, man. It's just, there's a lot of things to dive into that. We could talk about that for days, man.
yeah, no, for sure, man. And like you said, the last thing that you said was about the election year, and I just find it that it's so strange. It's so strange that it is in an election year that all this would be happening, and um, I don't know.
I mean,
I
what happened? What
I
happened in 2016? Remember that? Remember what happened?
what happened?
Well, what was the whole thing that even to this day they're talking about it, and it's always like they concluded that they rigged the election.
Oh, the Russian hoax,
Yeah,
or
the whole social media, right? The whole
hmm
Facebook thing.
yep, yep.
Yeah, so I mean that was cyber attack. Now I'm thinking this was a you know chemical attack. Chemical
A
warfare.
biological warfare.
Yep, exactly.
Yep. Yeah, and I've thought about that too, man. I've thought about that too, and I try not to nowadays, just because there's so much, I think, misinformation, and I think that people have enough time in the day to create information or link things together.
Hmm.
Like I forgot there was like a point where they were linking Kobe's death to um, him owning or trademarking Black Mamba, and there was some medicine company that wanted to yeah, I don't know
uh,
if you ever came across that, dude, for real.
that's the
And
first
so
time I'm hearing that, man.
yeah, yeah. So he was supposedly going into battles, and because they say that pharmaceutical companies have a lot of power, right?
Yeah.
And so the whole thing linking that up to Kobe and this company that wanted the name Black Mamba for their medicine, and I'm just like, oh my God, like some people just have a lot of time on their hands, and sometimes the reality, um,
Well, yeah, it's like that, man. It's just kind of like the whole like everybody has a voice online. So if you see something on on a screen, people are naive. I'm sorry to say, man. They're very gullible. Like if they see something on a black square with like white text, they assume it's real. It's a fact. Or somebody says it like a celebrity. If they say something on Twitter, they like automatically like it's a you know what I mean. Like if somebody has gets a lot of likes, you know what I mean. It's like, oh, it must be true, right? So
mhm.
it's kind of like the whole kind of online power that it's like it's kind of scary, man. It's I mean, even like you start seeing like the Lakers scored 24 in the first quarter, and then the other team had 8 points. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like people like that stuff, and it's cool. But when it starts getting into like for example, like they start digging into things, which I mean, it's a coincidence, but when like with every single virus that comes out, a new like for example, like the 5G, right? So
Yep.
like
Hmm.
so that's pretty interesting too. How when the 4G came out, there was the whatever flu, and when the 5G started coming out, you had the Rona. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I think that we're in a generation right now, man, of quick information. And I think that people read a short article that's like 3 paragraphs and they feel educated about it, you know?
Yeah,
Um, like
it's the media outlets, dude. It's crazy too. Like it's I don't know. It's just a
Well,
lot.
it's quick information, man. It's quick information. Like nobody wants to take time you have all the tools in front of you. You have the internet, right? The internet has so much information, and you can look into anything. And this is something that I've told people that I've talked to, right? That you can look up you can look up the health benefits of something, and you can look up the opposite, and you're gonna find both articles. You know what I mean? Like multivitamins, for example, right? You can find that, oh, multivitamins help you in this and this and this, and then there's going to be if you look up the opposite, you're going to find it. Anything that you look for, you can find it. And I don't know if you watched The Social Dilemma. It's a really good documentary on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, I really truly recommend it. But basically, it kind of talks about that, how through the internet and through what you like on social media, you're building that reality for yourself. And so the information that's going to pop up or generate on your social media platform is going to align to what you already believe. You get what I'm saying? So,
No, well, that's pretty much. It's like we have this new era, right, where everything is custom made for us, tailor made for us, right? So you know whoever you're following or whoever you build your social media around, right? For example, like we're talking about, so you're gonna start seeing. the Toms, the Jeffs, the Craigs saying statements, and then you see that, Facebook, all your friends are obviously like your friends are your friends, right? So
Hmm.
I mean, you start seeing things, and that's what you're gonna believe, right? And then that's where we're at right now, man.
That's very true, man. That's very true. It's really crazy that that's what's happening, and I notice it. I notice myself having biases, and I really encourage anybody to try to eliminate biases and try to um, look into it and question your own self. Like, why do you believe that? Is it because everyone around you believes it? Or is it because it touched something, or is it because that's the kind of information that you're following all along? It's really easy to fall into uh, a rabbit hole of misinformation, and it sucks because you might spew it as facts. Um, so it's about taking a step back and reflecting on yourself, like, why do I think that way? Why do I believe that? And searching things that oppose your beliefs and oppose your thoughts, you know? Um, yeah, I mean, because we can sit here and talk about politics, we can talk about movements that are happening, we could talk about sports, and we have certain beliefs and biases because of what we watch, and just a little bit to wrap it around basketball. I don't know if you were watching yesterday, but on TNT, right? Chuck said that Anthony Davis isn't a killer. He doesn't have that in him. And it's like, yeah, people watch that and they're like, oh, he has 9 points, and they might just stick to that narrative, right? Because they believe him and they don't like the Lakers, and they'd be like, yeah, Anthony Davis is soft, and then this dude comes out with a game-winning shot. So a weird way to wrap it all around, but you get what I'm saying, man. Like you can just follow whatever you believe, and you can find that information to prove it. So
Hey, are you a photographer, designer, artist, architect, model, musician, or even a makeup artist? You gotta check out Portfolio Box. With Portfolio Box, you're not forced to use any standard theme. You can use any style for any page and create a truly unique website that reflects you and your work. If you're a creative, it's a no brainer. Get 50% off for 12 months on all plans with promo code ROD50. That's promo code ROD50. And check out portfoliobox.net today. I mean, we still got to go out and go get do a photo session, man. We got to go get some shots.
yeah, man, we got to do some more. We got to do isolation part two, or
Uh,
would it be part three?
uh, I think at this point it would be a whole different uh, it would be a whole different meaning to the word isolation.
I know, man, dude. It's one of the first things when I went out, like one of the first times, when everything went on lockdown in LA. I was like, man, this would have been perfect to shoot isolation right now because it looked like a ghost town. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what
the
everybody.
shot.
That's. I mean, I think at this point, I think everybody's already either gearing up to release their COVID post apocalyptic film because everybody took advantage of the situation. I mean, you know what I mean? Because I went out just a couple months ago to downtown and it was dead, and it was like, man. But I mean, I feel like I don't know, man. I feel like this is not gonna be the first time, but I hope not. I hope I'm wrong.
I hope it is the last time. I hope it's the last time in our lives at least, because this is I don't know. It's not fun.
I mean,
It's not fun. It's nothing that I think nobody could have predicted this.
yeah, I mean, but the thing is that what makes you think that, like, what makes you think this is gone? It doesn't, like, there's no.
Yeah.
It's impossible to get rid of the flu. You think this is gonna go away? This is a whole. You know what I
See,
mean?
that's what I'm saying. I'm optimistic. I mean, I think that humans adapt, I think that certain areas, just like certain areas in the world get certain diseases and they're okay and it affects other people differently. Hopefully, I know that it takes humans a long time to evolve, but you never know, man. You never know.
I do believe in
I
that. I do believe in herd immunity and just the evolution in general, and our bodies adapting into whatever brings us our way, man. But that's just kind of part of life. It is what it is.
yeah.
It's just a
Yeah, I just try to, like I said, I just try to be optimistic and hope for the best and do the best that I can. And like I said, we all got to get to normalcy somehow. I mean, this this would be a podcast that we'd be doing in person somewhere.
I
And
mean,
that would have been cool.
we
I
still
mean,
we still we still
when's the last time we saw each other? Like a year ago now?
uh wasn't it Bakersfield?
If it was Bakersfield, then it was, yeah, it was definitely over a year ago then.
Yeah, there it is. Hey man, but we still got to go. But we like you mentioned isolation. We have to go and get something done, man. Something creative.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, man. I actually went to Mammoth for my birthday recently, and I I came across a little like a bunch of little towns over there, man. I thought about you. I didn't take any pictures because I was the one driving.
On the
Um,
way up.
yeah, on the way up, like I can't remember the name of the cities. They're escaping me, and I don't want to make any up. Um,
It's okay.
but
You
it
can
was
make
like
them up. We live in the world of fallacies and
it was like Goleta and some other. No, really, I think it was something
nah.
like that.
It
But
sounds it sounds
it,
familiar.
have
Coleta,
you been up there?
coleta,
Goleta? Oh,
coleta.
there you go. Goleta. Goleta. Well, there was a bunch of little cities over there, and I was like, man, these are some cool ass spots. And the like Lone Pine. Let me
Oh
see. I'm
yeah, Lone
looking.
Pine. Yeah,
See, I'm looking at a map now because I don't want to
that's
I don't want to share I don't want to spread misinformation, you know, but yeah, on the drive, man, there was a lot of little big pine, little towns that are even like abandoned, dude, and I was like, man, just doing something creative out here, you know, because you get down with the drone, you get down with your camera work,
dude.
some little
I haven't used my drone in like probably more than 6 months.
6 months, dude, that sounds like an eternity for you.
Yeah, I think. Well, it's to be honest. I mean, I think. I mean,
You got over the overview shots like that, or
it's not that I got over it. It's just that it's become like almost like a distraction to actually like go about what you're trying to do. Like that's like the whole hype about it and stuff like that. I think it died off. Like, I feel like those are good for us to establish a scene or a shot. You know,
hmm
like in the beginning or at the end. But sometimes I'd be seeing like people overdo it sometimes, so it's kind of like it's kind of like already like cringing. You know what I mean? Sometimes.
yeah, it's like, oh, it's overdone.
Yeah,
It's overdone.
yeah,
The internet is oversaturated with those kinds of shots.
yeah. So I feel like
And
just like just for what it is. So like if you're using it for like a music video or a wedding or whatever, that's what I'm talking about. But if you're just doing it just for like obviously you can't freaking fly over a certain area, then it's still more of like a scenery type of stuff. But yeah, I haven't used it in a while, man. But I'm planning on upgrading my camera in the next couple of weeks.
what
Uh,
are you getting?
I'm staying in the Panasonic family. I'm getting uh the S5.
S5.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
a full frame.
you've been upgrading steadily on like every couple years.
Yeah, I have the GH5. It's a micro four thirds, man. So this next one is actually my first full frame camera. So I'm kind of like, you know, slowly getting to the big $30,000. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, hey. Hey,
No,
don't sell yourself short, man. You'll get there. One day that'll be an investment that'll be
no.
worth making.
My strategy is by the time it's like every year how technology advances, and like my plan in the next like 3 years is like by that time you like your iPhone could shoot like 20K.
Yeah, 20K. Well, I hear the iPhone 12 is gonna have like four cameras, so I don't doubt it, man. And
Are
yeah.
you a iPhone Apple fanboy?
I wouldn't call myself that, but I've never, ever since I got the iPhone 3, I believe, I have not got a different phone.
Yeah, me since my first iPhone was a 6. Like I have an iPhone 8 right now. But I am kind of talking to my wife. I'm like, you know what? I don't use Apple products the way they're supposed to. I don't use them the way like as far as compatibility, like like it's
Yeah. Like you have to have all those. Yeah, like I
like,
mean, right now I'm on a MacBook, and I have my iPhone sitting next to me. So
but it's
you could,
it's it's kind of like the way they market it, right? Like the whole, how would I describe it? The synergy between your iPhone, your tablet, and your laptop. Your MacBook.
well, 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 if you're going into that, I completely am not. I'm probably the same as you because I don't like all my things linked together. Like for whatever reason, I just don't. I don't. I feel like there's like just kind of like a limit. You know what I mean? Like I draw a line to like I don't like my cloud being linked to my phone, to my computer, to
That's
my
that's
like
that's one of the main
yeah
reasons, dude. The
yeah. I just
iCloud.
don't. Yeah, I don't know, man. I use it like how I need to use it, and sometimes it's a little bit complicated, and it is what it is. You know, like you said, technology is advancing so fast. I don't know if you've had this yet, but I feel like uh, I'm falling behind. You know, like I'm falling behind. Like I don't know what these things do, or I don't know what these things are, or like the iPhone, I updated it and it has widgets, and I'm like, okay,
Oh,
cool, and
that did you update
I'm
it?
like, what?
Did you update
I
the?
did.
Yes, I just got into it like 2 days ago, and I'm trying to still figure out. I've never got into the whole organizing your phone and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. Same here.
but this new update, it's pretty cool because you could do like a lot of different things now, especially like on your iMessage, how you could like sub reply to like older past texts, and it has different things, but stuff like that, I don't really care. And people think like, oh, like I have an iPhone and like I use the phone, like the camera. Dude, I hardly use my phone to take pictures or video with it, dude. Like I take it, but like I don't put a lot into it, like as far as the camera or what, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like the new, I have the iPhone 8, dude. I just use it literally just to do what I got to do. Like the social media apps and stuff like that is what I use it for, but I don't use it for what they're supposedly intended to, or how they advertise it to you, you know what I mean?
yeah. Well, like I'm telling you, the whole thing about like widgets and things like that. Like I look into it for a day and then I don't use it. I literally had to redo my phone, restart it, whatever it's called. I don't even know. But I just did like Apple Pay for the first time. I hadn't done it. I've had an
Oh,
iPhone since I've
yeah,
had an iPhone.
I have that. I
Yeah,
have that, dude, cuz I literally,
that's how far behind I'm falling, man. I didn't even have Apple Pay.
no, that's convenient, dude, cuz sometimes you don't want to type in, or that sometimes you don't have saved information, so it comes in handy, dude, when I got to get a Postmate real quick, and
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. I tried to use it when the Kobe Bryant jersey came out, and it was a fail.
By the way, this episode is not sponsored by Postmates.
No, not Postmates, but maybe one day.
Yeah, one day.
Maybe one. No, but dude, definitely. Yeah, I don't know. I like technology, but I do feel like I'm falling behind, and I feel like um all these phones have all these cool things, and people are like, "Oh, this phone does more," and I'm like, "Okay, I want my phone to do less. I just want to live, man. I I want to spend more time with my head up, seeing things than I do with my head down, like being entertained by this thing."
Yeah,
Uh, so it's a beautiful world out there, man, and I miss it. I really do. As a person that loves traveling and just getting out, man, I miss it. So, um, being on my phone, I feel like sometimes it's an escape, but it's not. I don't think it's a productive escape. You know?
yeah. No, I feel you, and I know like you like to travel too, and I'm like the next place that we're gonna go to is Seattle. My wife wants to go to Seattle because you wouldn't even know why she would want to go to Seattle. But I think probably a lot of females that are listening will probably agree with her. But would you want to guess why would she want to go to Seattle?
The Space Needle.
No, she told me, and I was like, um, because that's where they shoot. What's that show called? Um, Grey's Anatomy.
Oh my gosh. I
I've
would have never guessed.
I haven't seen that show, not even like a minute. So probably she said like, "Oh, I don't understand," but I guess I don't. So we'll leave it to the audience to understand.
Well, Seattle has a bunch of beautiful national parks. I mean, not Seattle, just the state of Washington. In Seattle, there's a troll under a bridge. You should check it out. Um, enjoy it. If you are you planning to go soon?
Well, once I can, and once I
Oh, you went all.
once I get a plane with no middle person.
Hey, you have a family of four. You guys can just rent the aisle.
No, I think actually family of five, man. I saw just
Oh, oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Five.
you're
Gosh.
trying to take one out, man. Take actually we would go. It was only be me and her.
Oh, okay, okay.
So, but
Okay, dude. Well, Seattle's a beautiful place. You'll enjoy it, and you'll see where they shoot Grey's Anatomy.
yeah, I'm not even concerned about that. I'm concerned about the second destination after there. I'm planning to go to Portland. You know
Ooh.
why though, right?
No, tell me.
I would think you know you would want to go to Portland for the same reason.
Tell me. Waterfall?
Well, I mean, I guess for the like getting those bangers, those
To
those IG bangers.
to meet Dame Lillard?
No, no, no. But I would probably go to get my dames, maybe get them cleaned over there, maybe get them scoped out and get some new ones at the Nike store at the
Uh,
headquarters.
you mean Adidas?
No, the Nike isn't it over there on the what's the city called? It's Portland, but it's a little city. That's where the Nike HQ is.
Oh no, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. I was just saying because his shoes are Adidas, but
Oh,
there's a
damn, you're
Nike.
right. See, there it is. So the Nike HQ would be like, what are those?
Yeah, they're gonna be. Yeah, exactly. What are those? Get those out of here, man. Get you some LeBrons.
No, yeah, the Nike headquarters are in Portland.
Well, hey, man,
It's
if you
Beaverton to be exact. That's where Drake shot that music video.
if you can, and I don't know if you can do it, if you can drive there, if you have the time, it takes a while, but it's kind of worth it, man.
Let me guess.
What? No, I mean just do the drive.
Long Beach, Oregon.
Long Beach. Hey, dude,
there's
do it, man.
there's a Long Beach over there. That's why.
Oh,
I'm just looking at the map, dude.
no, but I'm telling you, I don't know if you have enough time. If you're a good driver, a long distance driver, but it's worth it, man. It's a beautiful
Not
drive.
in the morning, but yeah.
Just in general. I mean, just maybe not in winter time, I guess. I wouldn't want to hit snow in Oregon. But that's, dude, you should do that, man. You should do that. It'll be awesome.
So where's this?
I,
Where's the place?
what place?
You said if there's a drive.
The place, if you could do the drive from here to Portland, I know.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, if you could do that drive, because all of Northern California, if you drive along the coast, you could take the one all the way to like
Yeah, 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 yeah.
you can take all the one all the way up to
That's a mission. I mean, I've driven to San Francisco, but
yeah.
I haven't gone farther than that, man.
Well, I'm looking at it right now and it's a 13-hour drive. So if you could break it up into 2 days and be in Oregon by that second day, it's awesome, dude. The drive is worth it. I think you got to do it once in your lifetime if you can. If you're afraid of the planes, you know what I mean? Like if that's what's kind of delaying it,
No,
I think it
I
would be
rather
worth
fly, dude. But I mean, I get what you're saying.
it. Hey, I take a flight too, but
Yeah, but
I did the
you and Sandra kind of like take half the trip, you know. One's
yeah.
sleeping, one's the
Well, we did a drive. Yeah, we did a drive all the way to pretty much right before Canada, man.
oh
Like we could see, yeah, we could see Canada from Washington. So basically from here
you
all the way up north. Yeah.
you were in Crescent City.
I don't know. Maybe Crescent City.
That's like one of the cities before you hit Canada.
I was in forgot what the national Olympic National Park.
Olympic.
Olympic. Yeah, I believe it's called Olympic National Park. It's one of the most beautiful national parks that I've ever been to. Yeah,
It's nicer than El Dorado Park.
it's not nicer than El Dorado, but you know, it's up there.
Come on, you can't beat those Green Lakes.
Dude, no, Olympic National Park, man, and it has everything, man. It's look it up, man.
I'll look it up.
Look it up. Look it up. There's just a lot. There's so much to see there. Olympic National Park, it has like different kinds of trees. You could feel like you're in an enchanted forest in 1 second, and then the next second you're near a waterfall, and then
I,
it was amazing, dude. It's epic.
I believe it. I believe it. You guys, you gotta post those pics up, man. That way I could have more of a, you know, entice me to go.
Yeah, I see. I just keep those to myself. I only do one per place, you know. I don't like to. I don't like for real.
hey,
Go
hey,
look at my Instagram. It's like
as
one per place.
hey, as long as you don't color coordinate your thing, man. Because I know a lot of people that they don't post a picture because it doesn't match their grid. So
My grid is all kinds of whack. I'm like some of the you know, because it's like times change. You know, sometimes you like those aqua colors, and then sometimes you like the muted colors,
let
and
me ask you,
sometimes you
let me ask you a
yeah.
question. What do you ever visit people's profiles?
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Visit people?
like do you ever go to like a profile just to visit a profile? Like like you go to like Tom's page, IG page, right? You don't. I mean,
Every now and then. Every now and then. Not too often.
I don't think nobody looks at the feeds no more. I feel like everybody's just literally going through stories. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, no, I actually I catch myself, but I do go through the feed. I do go through the feed and just recently I kind of was doing a little bit of cleansing, you know, just kind of like what accounts don't even post that I'm following and things like that.
Oh,
And so I
Twitter.
did
I did that for
yeah.
Twitter. Like that's impossible, but it's all good.
Yeah, I was just kind of like I don't know, I'm like why do I follow so many people? I'm like this is
Yeah.
this is getting
Oh,
ridiculous
so
because you're
that's why you unfollowed me.
nah. I unfollowed one out of three pages, bro. I can only handle so much rod. No, no pun intended.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. That I feel like slowly and slowly that is gonna eliminate the whole feed thing. That like I don't even post no more that much. I just kind of just do stories, you know. So that's where the
Yeah,
traffic is. That's what I'm seeing, and that's what they're seeing too. So, but
yeah. No, I think it's I don't know, man. It's the future. I just think that however you can get information faster is is what they're shooting for. You know what I mean? Like it's like those little headlines like we were talking about earlier. But
Yeah.
it's like that one thing, that one white box, and you see it as information, and then you repost it, and you didn't even read anything, or you see that little picture real quick for 1 second, and then you click it, and it sucks. It sucks because it takes the beauty away from like photography and videography and things like that. Like I'm not really into like TikToks or all these little short clips. Like I kind of get like tired of them. I get tired of short things, like short clips like that. Like it's just
Yeah.
like it's cool for a little bit, but then it's like I don't know. I
No, I
don't know.
feel you. I mean, the only thing I could say is, are you ready for short questions, short answers segment?
Like right now, like we're gonna do this, or are you
Like,
asking like
like
in
right
general?
now. This segment is brought to you by Poddex. Poddex are the hottest new tool for podcasters looking to have more meaningful conversations or gamify their podcast. Simply shuffle up, ask a question, and let the content roll. Get yours today at poddex.com and use promo code ONDECK10 for 10% off your first order. We're going to jump in real quick. Before we leave, we're going to jump in with Luis and we're going to answer these quick questions. And we're going to do it right now.
Let's do it.
What is your most treasured possession?
My car.
Oh, I was not expecting that one. What's left on your bucket list?
Traveling to Greece and Egypt, seeing the pyramids. That would be number one.
That one? All right.
Yeah,
Do you,
seeing the pyramids.
is there a specific one or just in general?
Just all of them. There's like three. I think there's three big ones. I don't even know their names. I just know I want to see them.
What do you consider the most overrated virtue?
Oh, that's overrated virtue. Honesty.
Okay, that's your honest answer, I'm assuming.
No. I don't know, man. That's a tough question. Let's run back to that one.
What's the worst job you ever had?
Subway. Eat fresh.
Were you working with Jared?
No, thankfully. But there was a lot of Jareds that would come in there.
All right. What's the favorite thing you bought this year?
A favorite thing that I bought this year. God. My Camelback.
All right, sorry, but what is that?
It's like a hiking backpack essentially. Like it's it's pretty small. It just has the water pretty much.
Okay, got you. For like hiking and it just
Yeah, just like water. Just so you don't have it like a whole big backpack. You just have water pretty much.
Okay. All right, one final question. If you could send a message to the entire world, what would you say in 30 seconds?
Life can be very difficult, but life can be very beautiful. Try to make the most of it. Try to see and experience as many things. Be open to new things. Live life as much as you can. This guy once told me the train of life only passes once, and so hop on and enjoy the ride.
There it is. Luis Reyes stopping by again on the podcast.
Yeah, it was really nice talking to you again.
All right, man, we got to do it again, and we got to hit the court soon, man.
I'm still waiting for my pinky. I messed it up. I messed it up on the jet ski.
Nah, man. Mama mentality. There's no
Dude,
excuses.
I'll send you a picture. I did that the day of, so but the doctor said no for 6 weeks. So, but for sure, dude, for sure, I'm ready.
All right, man.
Just bring your mask.
All right. I will. All right, dude. I'll see you on the court, man. Take it easy.
All right, man. Take care.
Bye. Would you like to be on the podcast? Got something to talk about? Make sure to head over to the website at hardwoodrod.com. Leave your name and the topic you'd like to discuss, and I'll add you to the calendar.